What is the greatest contribution I can be, make, and give to everyone and everything on the planet right now, in this moment, and for all posterity? The idea for my capstone project evolved out of this essential core question, which has led me on a remarkable journey of remembering and discovery. The initial ideas changed considerably from an outdoor art piece to an environmental installation. Thanks, Stephen Lee. I did some socially distanced field research from my car to find environmental art installations in Baltimore City. I wanted to see how other artists are contributing to their environments, and I was amazed, especially by this one installation that lives in an alley between 2 blocks of mostly boarded up houses. And this is Tony.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he is the creator, along with, he says, his mother.
Yeah.
I feel like I've just walked through a portal.
Thank you so much.
I've walked through a portal. That's a little labyrinth. Look, Ricardo, it's a labyrinth. And like two of them, like one, and one goes over there. This is just one of the most extraordinary things I have seen. I also visited Glens Falls Leakin Park, the second largest urban woodland park in the country, and I found an oasis of nature art. That was the easy part. All of the stores that sold the supplies I needed, the art supplies stores, the Home Depots, were closed. So I had to make do with what I had here at home. And I didn't have a lot of stuff. But I had this one naked wicker mannequin. And once again, everything changed. And a story began to emerge that I could only serve through some very, very deep listening and obedience to that which was being called forth. This mannequin evolved to represent mitochondrial Eve, the first mother of all humankind. And while I was pulling together the bits and pieces of her body and what would become her body, I wondered what it was like for her, being the first person to carry another person in her body. I mean, what was that birthing experience like for the first mother without anesthesia and natural childbirth training? How did she know that the being inside her would live outside her? I mean, we give birth to babies and we just assume that everything they require to live will be there for them. Air, food, water. How does she know that? How does she know that? I imagine mitochondrial Eve and Mother Earth had a conversation. And they made an agreement. They forged a bond. Mother Earth would provide oxygen, water, food, and shelter for Eve's child to live, grow, and thrive. In turn, Eve would give birth and teach her child to care for Mother Earth's offspring, her sweet waters and salt waters, the land, the air, trees, flora, and fauna, everything here on Earth. And for millennia, this sacred trust between mitochondrial Eve and Mother Earth was honored by their offspring wherever they traveled and migrated, until certain human offspring shape-shifted into forces of global oppression, domination, racism, and genocide. They forgot the mother's sacred trust, evinced by all forms of pollution, violations of the land, poverty, and disregard for life. This is not sustainable. But art in every form is. My installation will reside in the Glenvale Park of Pikesville, Maryland, beginning in April of 2021. In the interim, she will be on exhibit at the Hamilton Gallery and other Baltimore area galleries. This avatar of mitochondrial Eve, made of chocolate paint, glass beads, copper wiring, and canvas patches, calls us to remember the mother's sacred trust. How we share a common ancestor whose melanin, molecules, blood, and ancestral memories are in our DNA. How Mother Earth responds to her sister's pain, symbolized by a hand emerging from the soil holding teardrops. And when we look at the smiling faces and names around this body, maybe we will remember not only the tragic stories of their murders, but just how sacred life is and celebrate that sacredness. Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Botham Jean, Ahmaud Arbery, Freddie Gray, Tony McDade, Tatiana Jefferson, Alton Sterling, Rekia Boyd, Philando Castile, Walter Scott, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, David Maaddy, Amadou Diallo, Jordan Davis, Ayanna Jones, Emmett Till, Corey Jones, Jeremy Lett, Laval Hall, Tyree King, Tony McDade, Albert J. Davis, Keith Scott, Thomas Allen, Terrence Crutcher, Darius Stewart, Dan Roy Henry Jr., Samuel DeBose, Felix Kumi, Christian Taylor.